she will be after. A little piece of athletics history here this afternoon. There she is, lane 4. Galetta Burka is also a very useful competitor, and Great Britain's Helen Clitheroe goes in this race as well, the European indoor champion last year, 38 years of age, and still with all her enthusiasm. Messeret Defar, though, looks so focused. She's been unbeatable so far this winter. There's Helen Clitheroe. She said she's fairly sure this will be her last season on the track. She wants to get under 15 minutes for 5,000 metres. Helen Obery there on Helen Clitheroe's right-hand side. They had a good ding-dong at the Kelvin Hall back in January. Obery joined by her compatriot Sylwia Kibet in the race. Chojecka of Poland, 2 times European indoor champion over 3,000 metres. And Sylwia Kibet, a double silver medalist, the world outdoors over 5,000 metres. Twice she's finished 4th in this world indoors. But every single one of these names, John, will be looking for Messeret Defar, and it's her race to lose, really.
Well, certainly on paper you'd say that. Olympic champion at 5,000 metres in 2004 and a former world outdoor champion as well over 5,000. In the Ethiopian language Amharic, Defar means bold. Is she going to run boldly from the front, and how close can Helen Clitheroe get? I don't think she's going to win it realistically, but can she be pulled through to a very fast time?
Got 2 Americans in this race, Jackie Arson and Sarah Hall, now called forward to their marks. Helen Clitheroe, incidentally, was 7th in this race in Doha 2 years ago. It's a stellar lineup, and all the eyes will be on Messeret Defar. And Helen Obery was bumping on the right-hand side, but it's absolutely, well, pedestrian at the moment. And it's Mohammed of the United Arab Emirates, and moving up on the outside, another one of the Ethiopian transferees, Ishete. She was 6th in the 10,000 metres in Daegu, and she's decided that the ridiculously slow pace for the first 100 metres was not good enough, but she hasn't really put the foot down too much, and some early tactical exchanges here. And Helen Clitheroe, nice to see her running wide on the outside in around about 5th or 6th place there. But it's pretty pedestrian at the moment, John. All
the athletes in against Messeret Defar must be thinking, well, how do you beat this athlete? She's the quickest in the world at 8:23.72, which she set back in 2007. She can go from a long way out, or alternatively, she's got the sprint speed as well. She has got blistering sprint speed, and as Rob was telling you, she's been undefeated this winter, won in Boston and won so impressively in Birmingham as well, and there you see her just in the ideal position. But Helen Clitheroe keeping out of trouble, running wide, and she's running a smart race so far.
She is. She's been around for such a long time. Commonwealth bronze medalist 10 years ago in Manchester over 1,500 metres, and she's decided to take it on. So Helen not happy with the slow pace, and Schmidt of the Ukraine trailing her. So the 2 Europeans making a decision that they didn't want the East Africans to be dictating all the pace. And Messeret Defar now onto the shoulder of the Ukrainian and into 2nd place, bidding for a 5th consecutive title indoors over 3,000 metres.
Helen Clitheroe, who was 5th in Glasgow in the Kelvin Hall in the 3,000 there, 2nd in Glasgow rather, 5th in Birmingham, and then she competed in Stockholm where she finished in 6th place in the run-up to this. So experienced, and she's been such a good ambassador for British athletics over the years.
She has. We were on the same flight over, actually, and she was saying, I'm not absolutely certain I'm going to retire this year, but I'm pretty sure it will be the end of my track career, and how she'd love to go out with a bang at the 5,000 metres. She made the final in Daegu, 2:26 there for 800 metres, and Helen Clitheroe, well, her injection of pace has spread them out a tiny bit. 34.9 for that last 200 metres, so she clearly felt it was far too slow, but Defar is right there. Kibet, one of the 2 very talented Kenyans in this field, is in 3rd place, and Helen Clitheroe has the entire field queuing up behind her, but at least she's out of trouble at the front at the moment.
Achete moving up onto the shoulder of Defar, just coming wide there and looking full of confidence. Helen Obiri taking closer order as well, the Kenyan with the number 660 on her shirt. But Defar has absolutely dominated this race so far. You just get the sense that she is sort of the ogre, the spectre who's hovering over the destiny of this, and that she is poised absolutely at the moment, and any which way you like, she's capable of doing it.
She is. When she goes it alone at the front, she can set a ferocious pace. And as you said, John, she is totally comfortable at the moment. Sylvia Kibet still in third. Helen Clitheroe leading. Achete of Bahrain in fourth. And then Helen Obiri, the other Kenyan, in fifth. And a first little glimpse of Galete Burka. She's running in sixth place. A former world cross-country champion back in 2006 over the short course.
And an indoor champion as well in 2008 at 1500 metres, so she knows about running on the boards.
So all the big names are exactly where they need to be, and it just looked as though Sylvia Kibet was trying to push her way through on the outside, and now Messeret Defar has hit the front. Kibet responded because she sensed that this could be the beginning of a very gradual wind-up. There's still a long way to go in this race, but Messeret Defar has had enough of following the pace of Helen Clitheroe.
And Helen Clitheroe's just dropped back to sixth place with that injection of pace from the defending champion.
Well, 4:30 at 1500 metres. Messeret Defar can run way quicker than that. And Helen will have to dig in now because there's a group of 5 going away. Messeret Defar now starting to dominate the race. Sylvia Kibet in second place. Achete is third. Helen Obiri is fourth. And Galete Burka is fifth. So we have 2 Kenyans, 2 Ethiopians and a Bahrainian, and Helen Clitheroe just a little bit in no man's land at the moment, trying to work her way back to that lead quintet, but at the moment she's a little bit isolated in sixth place.
Kenya move up now to second and third, behind now the leader who is determining tactics right from the front. Messeret Defar got a best time of 8:23.72. It's going to be a lot slower than that, but she's put a significant injection of pace on. Helen Clitheroe now is losing ground, as you can see from that picture, back in sixth place, and the 5 are starting to be strung out as well and trying to hang on, trying to stay in contact. Is Chitaye Achete, the Bahrainian, who's in fifth place, and Defar is making it hurt.
She looked over her shoulder, Messeret Defar, and she's done so again. She's wanting to find out what kind of damage this injection of pace is doing, and she's winding it up.
Getting steadily quicker. 34 seconds was the last completed 200 metres, and you can see that Achete in fifth place is really having to dig deep to try and hold on to the long time now Ethiopian leader, the defending champion. Then come Obiri and Kibet running as a team. It's Kibet who's in second place at the moment, and in fourth place Burka, the second of the 2 Ethiopians.
5 have definitely become 4 now, and it's a familiar sight for fans of distance running around the world. Another quicker lap, 33.3 on that 200 metres. Ethiopia against Kenya, and Messeret Defar is not at the moment having this race all her own way, because the 2 Kenyans, Obiri and Kibet, are right there.
Helen Clitheroe now is 50 metres behind these leaders, maybe more. Achete, a really talented athlete, former Ethiopian, she's been dropped out of it, but Burka is hanging on at the back of that lead group of 4. It's Ethiopia, then 2 Kenyans, then Ethiopia again, and the defending champion still setting the pace.
She's winding it up, Messeret Defar. They're single file now. Galete Burka, a world indoor champion 4 years ago. And just as we saw with the women's 1500 metres with Dababa, every single lap is getting quicker. The Ethiopians know how to wind up the pace, and now for the first time there's a little bit of daylight between Messeret Defar and the 2 Kenyans.
They realise that the break is on, and Obiri tries to respond. Burka's coming through as well, and Kibet is just struggling at this stage, and he's going to be relegated into fourth place. So now it's Ethiopia 1 and 3. Will it be Ethiopia 1 and 2? Because Burka is still full of running in third place.
She is, and she looks good, Burka. She's tracking Helen Aubery, but Meseret Defar trying to become the first woman in history to win 5 consecutive world indoor titles over 3,000 metres. She kicks again, but Helen Aubery is coming. The Kenyan is tracking her down. She's right up onto her shoulder, and Meseret Defar's coming under pressure. Aubery has gone round her. Defar will have to try and dig again. Can she secure this piece of history? It's going to be very close, but Aubery is coming away. What a fantastic victory by the Kenyan. She is so delighted with that. Meseret Defar is one of the greatest athletes we've ever seen, but she just ran out of steam on that occasion and couldn't make it 5 in a row.
Look at what it means. She is consumed by emotion as she kisses the track. There's Helen Clitheroe finishing, and just when you thought that when was Kenya going to get a women's gold medal in the indoor championships, we've had Pamela Chilimo winning, and now Helen Aubery doing the same, and 2 gold medals for Kenya. How wonderfully they have come to these championships, and I tell you what, that is a big upset. Huge.
It really is. We can see the speed and ferocity with which Helen Aubery comes through on the outside. Defar just tying up a little bit. The Olympic champion from 2004, the world champion from 2007, hasn't finished all of her races recently over the last couple of seasons in fine form, and the amount of distance that Helen Aubery took away from the 4-time champion at the end was hugely impressive. What a breakthrough for the young Kenyan.
Negative splits, 4 minutes 30 for the first half of the race, 4:07 for the second. And Helen Osando Abiri coming home splendidly. Meseret Defar really hurting, and the bronze medal also taken by Ethiopia Gilete Burka, 8 minutes 40.18. Defar